So to start off for today, I just kind of want to point out to you guys, as people would go to California, we got two kind of things going on. One, we have Indians leaving. We have some of the first miners leaving. We have these Chinese immigrants coming in. And I want you to look kind of over here to this other side. We also have this wagon train coming in, these people coming in. Now, as these wagon trains moved across the West, as the railroad moved across the West, what started to happen was there were controversies with Indians. Question for you to think about and to find out. What of the Indians got disturbed so much by people crossing the plains that they felt that they had to go to war? Find out for yourself. Now, you got broken treaties. The first one is the Fort Laramie Treaty, 1851. It promised the northern middle of America to Indians for as long as the grass grows and the rivers run. How long do you think that is? Kind of forever, isn't it? And they don't have it. I mean, although most of the major Indian reservations that we have are in the West, they do not control it. There were several incidences of massacres. 1864, Sand Creek Massacre out in Colorado, where the white settlers just wanted the Indian lands and they just killed them all. The silver and gold discoveries led to the conflict. Write this down in your notes. Underline it. Greed leads to conflict. And here's my question. What of the Indians was disturbed? Now, one of the coolest dudes ever in American history is Red Cloud. 1865 to 1867, we had Red Cloud's War. It is the only time we officially lost a war, where we went up to Red Cloud and said, "You beat us. Can we work out a peace treaty?" All right. Red Cloud is a Lakota Indian. So these are people in North and South Dakota nowadays. First started out in Minnesota. For the Lakota Indians, they had this thing called coup. All right, C-O-U-P. And a warrior would get coup by doing certain different things. You could take a spear, jam it through the guts of your enemy, and you'd get some coup points. You could also take a club, sneak up on your enemy, bop them on the head like little bunny foo-foo, and you would get more points because that takes more skill to get that done. Red Cloud was the war chief of the Lakota Indians, and he had 89 coup points. All right, this man was seriously a bad ASS. We could not beat him. He sued for peace, and what he basically got was North and South Dakota for all the Lakota Indians. So by 1868, we basically start getting Indian wars. The Indians are removed to the reservations in Oklahoma and the Dakota Territory, aka this is what Red Cloud got us. They became part of the Department of Interior, but they were given no supplies and they had extremely bad land. We basically said you were going to act like white people and start to farm, and then gave them the worst land and no supplies to do it. One of the biggest incidences that led to the eventual end of the war is in 1872 when gold was found in the Black Hills of South Dakota. This man here, General George A. Custer, Civil War veteran, cavalry officer. All right, so I had a smidge of technical difficulty, but now we're back. As I was saying, gold is found in the Black Hills. General Custer is a guy who did it. He's leading a USGS expedition, a United States Geographical Society. All right. And he leads it. He finds the golds. He goes back to Fort Laramie, which is in southeastern Wyoming, and writes out all these reports say, come to the Black Hills and make your fortune. This eventually leads to 1876, the Battle of Little Bighorn, where Custer is leading the 7th Cavalry. They are surrounded by Indians and they die. All of them to the last person. But that is fate. If you look, you can see the rifle that they have there. This is a Spencer carbine. It's a single shot, You load it, you put your cartridge in, cock, shoot, cartridge, cock, shoot. The Indians, they were using Henry rifles. And what they did with the Henry rifle was, and the Winchester rifle, not as much, Henry rifle more, was, that has a magazine that holds multiple shots, and then they just sat there and they outgunned the cavalry. As an example, an Ogallala war party, you can see right here, rifle, their headdress, all of these things. This is more ceremonial and not necessarily actually done. Boom. And that is that for today. All right, here's a little bit of something that I need to tell. I want you guys to write down these two words. Wounded Knee. All right, 1890, Wounded Knee is on the Pine Ridge Reservation in South Dakota. This is a massacre where the Ogallala Indians, the Sioux, the Lakota, they are doing this thing called the Ghost Dance. They have a leader by the name of Wachovia who says, hey, we need to get back to our ancestors and our spirits. They start to do a dance. There's only women, children, old men there. Some U.S. cavalry see them doing this dance and are thinking, oh, warriors going to dance. They send in mortars, and they blow them all up. When they go up there and they look and they realize that they are all unarmed and they're women, children, and old men, they're like, oh my God, we just killed a bunch of innocent people. That effectively is the end of the Indian Wars. Have a good one.